What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and we've got some breaking news. I was going to hold on to this one for tomorrow, but you know what? Why not just go for the trifecta? I don't know how many people will be notified of this video because of the way that things seem to be working on YouTube, but I can tell you that I've been getting feedback from people that go to www.thequartering.com and simply allow notifications. It is working. They're going to your phones. They're going to your desktop browsers. I will never send anything junky to your phones. Only will I use it to notify you of the latest video upload. So if you just pop open a new tab, go to thequartering.com, or on your mobile phone, go to thequartering.com on maybe a different window or after you watch the video. Make sure you get signed up for my notifications. That way we don't have to rely on that system. And before we, of course, get into this, I want to give a quick shout out to this video's sponsor. Look, I guess I'm kind of ashamed to admit, but I never really thought of hygiene as anything more than just a bar of soap until I started getting sponsors for this YouTube channel. And as somebody in their mid-30s, I suppose that's pretty sad. But Manscaped.com has reached out and sent me a few samples that I've really been enjoying. They have a safety razor, it's the Plow 2.0, super sharp and not gonna snag or tear anything. They also have the Lawnmower 2.0, which is great for handling any body hair removal, in particular the kind of body hair that your wife or girlfriend will get mad if you borrowed her trimmer for. This thing works awesome. It has about an hour charge. It charges via USB, and some other stuff they sent that, I gotta be honest with you, that I thought was a little funny, like ball deodorant, but I'm using it every day now, and I have to admit, I'm just feeling cleaner. I'm a big guy. I get sweaty. You know, you get that crotch rot and stuff like that. But they have all sorts of stuff. They've got hair and body wash, which is, of course, fine. But I like that they have, like, they have foot duster if you get, like, smelly feet. This is all stuff that, like, guys kind of just deal with. But Manscaped.com has an awesome offer for you. They're offering you 20% off your order using promo code QUART20, Q-U-A-R-T 20. Follow the link in the description below and just start smelling better. I know it's kind of funny to have something around your house called the ball wipes, but give them a try. I'm not kidding. You yourself will feel better, and anyone who's anywhere near your balls will also be happy you have it. Definitely going to apply some foot duster today. It's been a sweaty day. But nonetheless, speaking of feet, great news, everybody. Zoey Quinn is now writing a a Batman spin-off and Superman. Are you kidding me? Zoey Quinn, which I'm not going to use this video to go through everything that was going on with the Alec Holaka story. I have a huge long playlist, which I will link in the description below. But I've got to wonder, is there nobody out there? Is there nobody worthy? DC Comics. We're talking about Batman. We're talking about Superman. Is there nobody worthy? Is this the best we have? Somebody that has written an obscure comic once before, and you get handed a Batman Superman spinoff. Now this, according to boundingintocomics.com, as well as verified by CBR and official press releases, DC Comics announces that Zoey Quinn will team up with artist Tyler Kirkham to write a Batman Superman spin-off titled Infected Deathbringer #1. Now, the art does look awesome. I'll give you that. Quinn's story will focus on Donna Troy as she becomes infected by the Batman who laughs toxin and turns her into the worst version of herself. This is a pretty interesting storyline, wouldn't you say? It's interesting. I've talked about other Marvel writers in the past who seemingly get these books and then make the heroes look exactly like themselves, and they just essentially write about themselves. And that's why these books are always boring and uninteresting, and I won't really name any names. And again, as always, don't contact anybody. This video is, of course, well, if you want to contact anybody, DC would be the ones you contact, because this is the state of comics. A once proud industry full of professionals has lost many of their most talented people to their own independent properties, which I think is great. I think what Ethan Van Sciver did with Cyberfrog, it's $1 million project, and it's his own IP. Bringing on Rainbow Brute will be another product that will be his own IP. You see guys like John Malin out there doing his own thing. You see a lot of comic book artists just going their own way, because why would you want to work for DC anyway? Certainly crowdfunding makes things easier, but it draws into question that DC Comics has publicly talked about how they have a social media policy with their employees. They don't want anybody who works there getting embroiled in any social media scandals or anything like that. Keep in mind that I'm assuming these interviews were going on over the past 2 to 3 weeks. Now, given what Zoey announced, it does seem curious, the timing of it all, doesn't it? The timing of certain reveals of specific information, everything that happened with indie video game Alex, and everything else is a very convenient timing. DC Comics describes the story as, quote, a story of a hero who is done with bringing peace to a world that cannot be trusted with it. A woman whose newly awakened dark side is ready to burn it all down and forge a new destiny. Does that sound like anyone you know? Is it possible? Along with Quinn and Kirkham's The Infected Deathbringer 1, DC Comics has also announced Paul Jenkins and artist Jack Herbert will team up for a one-shot featuring Jim Gordon titled The Infected, the Commissioner #1. The Gordon will be corrupted by Batman Who Laughs toxin. DC Comics describes that issue. About a hero whose sense of duty and honor is stripped away. A man who has finally given in to his worst impulses, and he might just take the entire city into darkness with him. A cool concept, actually. The idea of laughing toxin is a little kind of old style for me. I think I would prefer something more like modern day. But, I mean, that's not really a big critique. Both issues will feature covers by Victor Bogdanovic. Quinn and Kirkham's The Infected Deathbringer 1 debuts on December 4th. I'm sure it will sell millions of copies. While Jenkins and Herbert's The Infected the Commissioner 1 will hit shelves December 18th. Oh, why would you put them second? I wonder why. The two books join 4 other The Infected one-shots featuring Shazam, Supergirl, Hawkman, and Blue Beetle. These 6 characters will become the Batman Who Laughs lieutenants as they take Apex Lex Luthor in the upcoming miniseries from James Tynion and Steve Epting. The book will debut December 18th. Batman and Superman will face off against corrupted Shazam in Batman Superman #2 by Joshua Williamson and David Marquez that hit the shelves September 25th. Now, these dark storylines are always interesting to me. They do show you a different side of the character, and I do enjoy it. Now, you could argue that that's what we have villains for, but I get taking an original character and wanting to do something a little different. I don't know about making Superman evil and all this stuff. I mean, it's been something they've been doing for years. Here, according to CBR, Donna Troy gets a new name, one shot as Batman Who Laughs as Infected Hero. After revealing the 6 heroes turned dark multiverse stormtroopers for the Batman Who Laughs, DC and has announced Donna Troy will star in the Year of the Villain. Donna Troy will headline The Infected Deathbringer 1, written by Zoey Quinn of Goddess Mode, a book nobody bought. A book that you're talking about the offshoot of DC Comics, which is no longer in existence. Valiant? Is that Valiant, I think? Vertigo? Can't forget. I screw up the name. These people I mean, is there anybody out there who isn't as controversial? Is there anybody out there who has a long history of being a good comic book writer? Why do these people keep hiring people who don't have any proven track record? It's like DC and Marvel just don't care about their comic books. Just look at the type of people they're putting on jobs. Now, it's nothing against most of them personally, but it's people that have no experience and no clout in the industry. And in fact, the clout that some of these people have, including ZQ, for example, isn't worth much. It didn't make her last comic book sell well. It's like people keep failing up, and I don't understand this topsy-turvy world. It seems like anybody interested in comic books going forward should continue the path of doing their own Indiegogos and making their own way, because of course that's the best way to do it as far as I'm concerned. As far as hiring this person, I don't understand it. You've got Marvel, DC, literally everybody's hiring people that just don't make any sense to me. Maybe that's why comic book sales are the worst they've ever been. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon. Find a link to subscribe and make sure you turn your notifications on, or if you just want to check out another video, there's one of those up there too.